Good morning, students. Welcome to English class 7. Today we start with Unit 2 Supplementary, The Red-Headed League. This story is based on bank robbery. Now let's have a look on our characters. The main characters are Sherlock Holmes, who is famous detective. Mr. Watson, a doctor and Sherlock's friend. Mr. Wilson, a red-haired shopkeeper. Vincent Spaulding, Wilson's assistant. Duncan Rose, Spaulding's accomplice, a man with red hair. Accomplice means a person who helps somebody to do something bad. Mr. Jones, a detective from Scotland. Before we start the lesson, let's have a short introduction on it. One day, Dr. Watson visited the apartment of his friend Sherlock Holmes. He found Detective Sherlock Holmes was talking to a client with bright red hair named Mr. Wilson. Sherlock Holmes asked Dr. Watson to hear the unusual story of the client. Mr. Wilson says that he runs a pawn shop. Pawn shop means he keeps jewels for loan. One day in his shop, his assistant Vincent Spaulding showed an advertisement in the newspaper that announced an opening in Red-Headed League. The announcement promised a salary of £4 a week. Spaulding forced Wilson to apply. Wilson was accepted into the league by Mr. Duncan Rose, the head of the league. He learned that the nominal duties consist only of his coming to the office from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day and copying out the Encyclopedia Britannica in longhand. This he did for 8 weeks until one day he arrived at the office to find it closed with a notice on the door that the Red-Headed League had been dissolved, means vanished. He was so disturbed by the thought that someone had been playing a practical joke on him that he came to Holmes for a solution. Holmes promises to look into the case and Wilson leave. Holmes and Dr. Watson moved to Wilson's shop in Saxe-Coburg Square at once. Now the scene 1 starts. Let's see what's happening. In scene 1, the characters are Vincent Spaulding, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Here Mr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes were outside of Mr. Wilson's shop in Saxe-Coburg Square. Sherlock Holmes knocked the door of the shop. Vincent Spaulding opens the door and asked, "What help can I do for you?" "Yes," Holmes asked, "how can I get to the Strand?" Spaulding cleared his doubt and went into the shop and closed the door. Holmes was a clever young man. "Mr. Watson," said Holmes, "that you know London very well. Then why you wanted to ask him?" Holmes said to Mr. Watson, "Did you notice his trouser?" "What?" Watson said. "His trouser?" "No, but I saw you hit the ground with your stick." Holmes said to Mr. Watson, "This is not the time for discussion. I think you are late to the hospital." "Yes," said Mr. Watson, and he go away. Then Holmes tells him to meet at night 10 o'clock. Now the scene 2 starts. In scene 2, we have the characters Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Jones, Dr. Watson, Vincent Spaulding. Here we come to scene 2, where we can see the planning of Sherlock Holmes. He told Mr. Jones, "What, everything is ready upstairs?" "Yes," said Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is also a detective. "Good. Now we must be quiet and wait." Holmes, Mr. Jones and Mr. Watson was waiting. Mr. Watson whispered that it is 11:15. Holmes, "Still no one have come." Holmes said to Watson not to spoil his investigation. Here we can see the light coming through the stone floor. Suddenly the stone gave way. First a hand with a gun comes out, then another hand Spaulding comes out, followed by Duncan Ross. Sherlock Holmes caught Spaulding and said that you cannot get away, John Clay. John Clay was another name of Spaulding. Holmes said to Spaulding, your plan was clever, but we were aware of your planning. Now the scene 3, the last part of the story, where we come to know the conclusion. The characters in this scene are Dr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes explained the whole plan to Watson. There was never any red-headed leak. The villain wants Wilson away from the shop for some hours every day. Then Spaulding saw the color of Rose's hair and thought of a red-headed league. So when Wilson went to work in their office every day, they had time to make their tunnel very clever. So Spaulding was the another name of John Clay. He was the notorious thief. It means a bad thief. When did you first know that? Asked Watson. Holmes said, I suspected when Spaulding was happy to work for half wages. I thought Spaulding often went down to the basement. What he is doing down there? Watson, you saw me hitting the ground with my stick outside the shop. Watson said, yes, now I understand. You wanted to know if the basement was in the front of the shop. Holmes said, yes, I did. The basement was behind the shop. Then I saw the man Spaulding. I recognized him immediately. Did you see his trouser? It was dirty, because making a tunnel is dirty work. Watson said, very clever. Holmes, yes. Then I went into the next street at the back of the shop. And what did I see? The bank. The bank, yes, of course. Why is that young man making a tunnel? I thought, to get into the bank's strong room. Watson said, but why tonight? How did you know? Holmes said, because they closed the office of Red-Headed League. The tunnel must be ready. I thought, and Saturday is a good day. The bank does not open on Sunday. It would have given the thieves enough time to get away. Watson laughed. But they did not get away. Holmes, you are very clever. Holmes said, that's very true, Watson. At last we caught the thieves. In the end of the story, we come to know that the mastermind was Duncan Ross and Spaulding. So dear children, I hope you all understood the story. We soon meet in our next session. Till that, stay home, stay safe. Thank you, children.